Good morning and a warm welcome from our Sydney studios here at Kalkine TV. You're watching the early trades. Let's kick it off with our market open report. Now today the S&P ASX 200 benchmark added 0.6% in the opening minutes of the trade after a series of encouraging results from blue chips before the market opened. Today marks one of the busiest days for half-year results, with companies like Wesfarmers, Telstra and Transurban reporting profits for the period. And energy companies were among the standouts today, with Whitehaven Coal doubling revenues on higher energy commodity prices and Woodside profits soaring on a higher oil price. Whitehaven shares jumped 4.9% when the markets opened, while Woodside added just 2%. And meanwhile, IPH, the patent company, has jumped 5.9% to lead among the blue chips after declaring a jump in revenues. And another company, Tabcorp, which outlined an improving set of numbers following the end of lockdowns in Sydney and Melbourne, jumped 3.5% higher. And of course, Wesfarmers, which trimmed its dividend 9% for the half year, fell 3.9%. Meanwhile, NRW Holdings upgraded earnings for the full year to EBITDA of $150 million to $155 and kept revenue guidance at $2.4 to $2.5 billion, with the low end of the range already in sight on secured work in hand. First half revenue was at $1.16 billion and operating EBITDA at $74.6 million, up 26%. EBITDA as well was at $133.6 million, while net profits increased to $44.9 million from $29. And the interim dividend of 5.5 cents is fully franked and will be paid on the 7th of April, increased from just 4 cents. And meanwhile, Abacus Group, a real estate investment trust, grew revenues 85% and net profits after tax 107% for the half year to the end of December, while funds from operations increased by 1/3. The property group's revenues reached $416.1 million for the period, while net profits touched $314.8 million, and funds from operations, which factors in items like tenant incentives, jumped to $81.1 million. And then MA Financial, the investment bank formerly known as Moelis, has posted a full-year dividend of up to 70% on earnings a share, up 21% for the calendar year 2021. According to the company, underlying earnings a share soared to 52%. Total underlying revenue, meanwhile, climbed 45%. And asset management division contributed 69% of the group's underlying earnings, with base management fees up 33%. In its lending business, the underlying EBITDA jumped 13% as well. The company also reaffirmed guidance for underlying earnings a share to climb 10% in calendar year 2022. And shares are up 77.5% over the past year, and they last closed at $8.43. And also in the news, Monash IVF has increased its interim dividend despite reporting a fall in its net profit during the first half of the 2022 financial year. The company's revenue rose 11.2%, while EBIT dipped 20.8% and profit slid 17.5%. But adjusted net profit, however, rose 11.7%, ahead of the profit guidance it provided in November. And then also in the headlines, tech group Codan has increased profits by 1/5 to post its best ever half-year results. The $50.1 million in net profit after tax reflected a jump in a third in sales revenue to $257 million for the period. The company will pay a dividend of 13 cents a share fully franked, an increase of 24% on the prior year. Well, that is all for now on the early trades, but tune in next time only on Kalkine TV. This is Holly Shields signing off.